Hello, and welcome to Marketing Matters, getting the best results from a marketing agency. It's natural when you engage an agency for the first time to want to go full speed ahead because you probably need their help and you're ready to just hit the ground running. It's natural, but it's not necessarily the best approach. A good agency will have a solid discovery process, and that allows them to gather all of the information they need on you and on your project and to do any additional research that might be necessary before they start the creative process. You can help here too, and the more detailed you can be, the more time you put into sharing anything relevant to the project as well as your goals, the better the outcomes will be for you. Next up, to avoid additional charges, think about combining feedback from all of your project stakeholders before submitting. If you have conflicting pieces of feedback, be sure to resolve those before sending them over. And if you aren't sure about those conflicting pieces, then be proactive with your agency and ask for their advice. What you don't want to do is forward any number of emails with different pieces of feedback that the agency then has to resolve. Make sure you bring it to their attention that people are disagreeing and bring it all together in one piece. Also, make sure that any final decision makers are taking the time to give feedback. If you have someone who absolutely they're the final decision maker and they don't have time to look at something, it's not a good idea to go back to the agency and tell them to finalize because once they do that, you're going to incur additional charges. Also, ask for specific feedback when you talk to the people on your team. A good agency will tell you what they're looking for, but specifically think about things like content and design. Don't say, I don't like it, and don't accept feedback that says, I don't like it. Think more of, I think the color scheme is not appropriate. The color scheme should be closer to our site versus I don't like the colors. The more specific you can be when giving the feedback, the more valuable and faster the agency will be able to turn that around for you. So, to underline this point, working with agencies, time is money. The more time you spend on your side providing feedback and providing quality feedback, then the less that you will spend in edit rounds and the lower the cost of your project. And you can reverse that if you are having multiple edit rounds and the agency is having to come back and forth to ask you for clarification on points, it is going to increase the overall cost. Most agencies will also provide you with a timeline and very specific windows of time for your feedback when they send you a piece. If you go over that time, it can usually mean a rescheduling of your project, and that can lead to delays. So if you do get a time frame and it won't work for you, let your agency know that up front. It's very likely they'll be able to readjust the schedule, but then at least when you send the piece in with all the changes or edits, you know that they're going to be ready for it and going to be able to turn it around more quickly. And if you're just reaching out for smaller projects like blogs or to develop some additional collateral, this particular tip might be less of an issue. You probably have a really good idea of what you need and exactly how you want it to appear. But if you're connecting with a marketing agency because your marketing is not performing or you're looking for new approaches, keep an open mind. It may well be that what you think will work best may not. You're paying for the expertise of the agency. Take advantage of that. You can always decide not to go in that direction, but be open to that feedback and be as flexible as you can be. And then finally, be realistic about what an agency can do for you. If you're using an agency to supplement your existing marketing with additional materials or content, this might not be as big of an issue for you. But if you're not having good results or you haven't been marketing to an established list, then working with an agency on a single campaign is not going to produce a flood of leads. At the same token, one piece of content is not going to solve your website traffic or conversion issues. If you're working with an agency to build a marketing plan, so not just creative, then just creating that plan is not going to make you get a whole bunch of leads in the door. You're now going to have to work the plan, and there's going to be an investment in time as you build that foundation. It's good when you're talking to an agency about your project to ask them the question, what really can I expect from this? And then hopefully that'll help you have set the right expectations and get the most out of the project. So, with that, if you do have any questions, please do reach out to us at the Partner Marketing Group. We do work with a number of clients on everything from building plans to creating content. And these are some of our tips as well as those from other agencies. And we look forward to working with you. Thank you.